Hey guys, Derek here. Welcome back to the channel, or welcome for the first time if you are new. We're back with another trailer reaction, and this is the official trailer for Maul Shadow Lord. This is an animated series following Darth Maul in between the prequels and Rebels, just figuring out what Maul was up to, his time probably leading, Crimson Dawn, right? Yeah, it was Crimson Dawn. Just being like a kingpin essentially. Yeah, just like a gang lord. I'm really curious to see where it takes us. So before we jump into this, if you end up enjoying my reaction, please leave a like on the video. It means a lot to me. If you're new here, hit subscribe, ring the bell so you're notified when I upload, especially if you want to see me watch this show. Then if you want to see full uncuts for anything I watch on the channel, consider checking out my Patreon. And if you're someone who's interested in video games, definitely consider subscribing to my gaming channel. Watch me play all the latest games releasing over there. Both of those are linked in the description down below. But other than that, let's check out this trailer.
Our target is a syndicate leader. He is associated with several criminal organizations. In precision.
Visually, this looks great.
With a laser sword.
Proficient's an understatement.
The Empire tried to kill me.
Yes, so they did.
Their betrayal demands consequence. And that consequence requires
Power.
a weapon. Together,
She is the weapon.
destroy the Empire.
He wants to fight as allies.
The Empire may be our common enemy, but Maul will never be our ally.
We need to find him. Whatever it takes.
Yeah.
This is escalating out of our hands.
This looks
The
crazy.
Empire will want answers.
The Empire will lock this planet down.
Jedi, where is Maul? I'm right here. Let us have our revenge.
He's gonna turn her to the dark side.
We're not gonna take out the whole Empire.
Not with that attitude. This looks insane, brother. Bro, Maul be looking like a villain in a horror movie. Like he's scary. They leaned into the scary element of this trailer. Yeah, and I think we get like a pretty good synopsis of like what the story is going to be and the motivations surrounding what's going on. Right? So as we know, the Empire tried to kill Darth Maul. Not great, but we move on from that. Most people would move on. Maul does not. Maul is like, I need my revenge on the Empire, and he's not going to take on the Emperor himself because he got his crap handed to him last time. But he can go to work bringing down the Empire itself, bringing down what the Emperor has built. But he realizes he can't do that alone. He's tried to recruit various people over the years. This is probably his first try, I would say, at actually recruiting a light side user and bringing them to his side. He tries again with Ezra later on in Rebels, but yeah, that seems to be what he's going to be doing. He's going to be using this young girl as a weapon, right? 'Cause she's probably, not just fairly force sensitive, she's probably pretty skilled. She escaped Order 66, and Maul is offering her a lifeline, right? Like, they're on the run, they're afraid for their lives. Maul is like, hey, you can team up with me. We'll survive together. And it's an interesting juxtaposition of like, he's very clearly like a Sith Lord. Like he's a dark side user, a very, very powerful one, who clearly wants to use you for his own gains. How do you level with that? Like, is surviving worth it? And then Maul, I'm curious if it's gonna start with him being like, hey, I'm purely using this person as a weapon, and then over the course of the show, like they develop a bit more of a connection and he feels a bit more like paternal towards her. I don't know. But it looks intense. It looks insane. I imagine by the end of it, he's going to bring her to the dark side, or at least try, and maybe it doesn't work, and maybe he has to kill her, and then he's like, all right, gotta try again later with Ezra Bridger. But yeah, like, oh god, it looks insane. It looks brutal. One thing that we have been wanting from, animated Star Wars and video game Star Wars for a long time, essentially since Disney bought Lucasfilm, is the brutality of lightsabers, right? I feel like that's been a thing since Disney bought Star Wars, that they've wanted to a certain extent, keep things not like family friendly, because they've had some heavy stuff, but like they want to avoid decapitations and like limbs being removed and things like that when it's not in one of the mainline films, right? Like in the video games, we had The Force Unleashed, where you're taking people's heads off, you're cutting people apart, all those things. But then in the Jedi Survivor games, you cut people, and if it's not a human, then yeah, cut off limbs, whatever. But if it's a person, then no limbs are being removed, just like slash marks, burn marks, things like that. A lot of the animated stuff on Disney Plus hasn't really shown that either. But this, from what we can tell, it looks like they're actually leaning into the brutality of Darth Maul and, cutting people apart, which is, that's crazy. Like, I wonder how far they'll actually go into that, because that could be insane. And yeah, it looks like we're going to get plenty of Inquisitor action in this as well. I imagine the Empire is not going to, enjoy that too much, having Darth Maul just decimate their stuff. So, they're going to send some people after him. They're going to be like, hey, stop it. The Inquisitors, they're coming after him. And little do they know, he's got a partner. He's got a partner, and they are gonna just wreck. They're gonna destroy, wreak havoc. He had the Force Unleashed finisher on the walker at the end there. Just crazy stuff. So I'm personally super stoked to see Darth Maul just go ham on some people, right? We know where he ends up at the end of the day. We know eventually Rebels comes and he tries to seduce Ezra Bridger somewhat successfully, and then fights Obi-Wan in the desert and dies. And it's just like, yeah, we know where it ends up, but it'll be a fun journey nonetheless. That's one thing. After this, I kind of hope they move on from the prequels era and original trilogy era. I think this and Andor can be the last of what we see in that time frame. And I think going forward, if we explored stuff like way in the past or way in the future, I think that would be really exciting. Really give us a new era of Star Wars to root for and get attached to. I think that would be great. Because there's only so much story we can tell in this particular time frame. So who knows? But yeah, I thought the trailer was dope. I'm really looking forward to the show when it comes out. Definitely let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Very curious to see how you feel. Otherwise, if you enjoyed my reaction, please leave a like on the video. It means a lot to me. If you're new here, hit subscribe, ring the bell so you're notified when I upload. And then if you want to see full uncuts for anything I watch on the channel, consider supporting me on Patreon. And then if you want to see me play any of the latest games releasing, consider subscribing to my gaming channel. Both of those things are linked in the description down below. But other than that, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.